If you learn CDR, that is called data record or called detail record analysis, you will be able to increment or get a promotion in the cyber division of Indian Police. So this video is the theoretical video of CDR, what all things are inside the CDR, and we are also going to take a look at the practical things on this channel. So this video is specially for Indian Police, so let's go.
This video is specially for Indian Police and we are learning CDR analysis. Let's start.
As I told you, this is the basic video and this is a theoretical video and not a practical one. So let's start from the beginning. What is CDR record? Also known as call data record. Some people also call it call detail record and CDR analysis. So CDR is a file or a log that has been created by telecommunication companies or telecom companies like Jio, Airtel and Vodafone, and these companies basically give you a file of all the logs, and these logs actually contain detail about a phone number or communication between two devices, but it is not the actual conversation. So the first question that may arise in your mind: does CDR contain the call recordings? The answer is really simple. No, it only contains the history of the caller, to whom, when and from how long they have connected, and it also contains SMS logs. Now, one more question that might arise in your mind is, does it contain WhatsApp calls or VoIP calls like Google Meet or other VoIP applications like Zoom meeting? The answer is again no. CDR or call data record does not contain VoIP calls. It contains normal calls between two people and it does not contain the conversation. It also includes SMSs, that is normal SMSs. Now there is one more question that might arise in your mind is, how can I get the CDR record? Now CDR analysis basically requires you to analyze the file, but how do you get the call detail record or CDR file? It is only available with the telecom providers, and if you are investigating a case, you might need a court order depending on the state you are investigating, and only police and magistrate can get the CDR record, and that is also from the nodal officer. So usually the Indian police, that is the cops, have their own email ID via which they connect with the telecom provider of the suspect and get the call record, and usually they contact the nodal officer. Every telecom provider has many circles, and we are going to take a look at in detail about what are MMCs and what are circles and how actually it works in this video. But for now, just imagine there is a nodal officer of every circle. Let's say in Maharashtra we have Mumbai. There is a nodal officer working in Airtel, and if the suspect is using Airtel mobile number, you can just contact the nodal officer and get the CDR file. Now let's try to understand what is inside the CDR file. Let's say you have a suspect called Urvashi. If you get the call data record or CDR of Urvashi, you will be able to see the timing of the call, from where the call was initiated, and if Urvashi gets a call. So let's say if Urvashi is calling A, B and C, you will be able to see the call logs, that is the timing of the call, the timing when the call was initiated, and if D and E are calling Urvashi, in that case that also comes in incoming calls in their record. Now let's try to understand what is inside the CDR file. Usually the CDR file comes in three formats. We have the CSV file, which is something like Excel. So if you have used Microsoft Excel, you can directly open the CSV file. Second is, usually in most cases they provide CSV file, but they also provide PDF file. PDF file is usually provided in case the court orders it, because that file is printable and it is in PDF format. And in the third format, it is very rare cases you will be provided with a text file or TXT file. So usually it is in CSV file or something that can be opened with Microsoft Excel. The other format is PDF, and then we have the text format. Now let's try to understand what is actually inside a CDR file. The first one is the caller number. Usually the caller number is the primary suspect's number whose CDR file is been created. So the caller number is the main number. Let's say in our example, Urvashi's number will be the caller number. Then we have the receiver's number, that is how the call was being initiated and who was the receiver of the call. We have date and time of the call, that this includes exact seconds, and the call duration, that is how long the call was initiated. And then there is a type of call, that is, was it an incoming call for the suspect or outgoing call, or was it a missed call. We also have detail about location, that is tower location and the network used by both the caller and the receiver. Obviously, if you are finding a CDR of a suspect, you already know the receiver's or the caller's number, but in case the other person is using a different network, you get that details. It also has IMEI number, that is the device details, which is in sometimes they provide you the IMEI number and the tower information. I'll be making a detailed video about tower location, tower information, and how to do the other tracking part, but this video is a theoretical video of CDR analysis. So that is what is inside the CDR file. Now when you get the CDR file, that is call data record report or CDR report, you have the service provider, that is the telecom company, and the report is usually available only for 1 year, because even telecom provider, they destroy the record after 1 year. So if you are an investigating officer, I would request you to get the detail before a year, otherwise the data will be erased, might be erased in many cases or most cases. Now one more thing you need to understand is there are two things called first cell ID and last cell ID. So first cell ID is the tower where the call was specifically initiated. It includes the MCC network data and MAC. We will talk about MCC network and MAC later on, but just understand that the first cell ID is the tower location where the call was started. In most cases what happens is people just stay in that area, but the last cell ID can be different if the call was terminated. So let's say if I start the call in Mumbai, and if I keep on traveling on a highway, and if I end the call in Pune, in that case the last cell ID will be of Pune. So you can understand that the call was started from Mumbai, but it ended in Pune, and the person went from Mumbai to Pune while the call was going on. So just understand first cell ID is where the tower where the call was initiated, and last cell ID is where the location of the tower where the call was terminated. Now let's try to understand what is hardware lock or IMEI verification. Whenever you insert a SIM card in a phone, IMEI number is sent to the telecom provider or the SIM card company. Now the IMEI number basically represents a permanent hardware ID, and if we talk about in detail about IMEI number, the subscriber number or SIM number is basically sent with the IMEI number to the telecom company, and while the call is initiated, the IMEI number stays the same. I have a separate video on IMEI number and how the IMEI number is generated and how you can track the IMEI number and what is check digit and what is unique number, the type of identifier, and TAC, that is type allocation code. So I have a separate video on IMEI number. I would suggest you to check that video for detailed information about IMEI number. Now let's try to understand what is inside CDR analysis beyond the voice. CDR analysis also contains SMS and automated data. So usually the logs contain OTPs and SMS that has been received, and there will be some packets like nil or blank packets in case if you get a call from the service provider. And an investigator can use the SMS headers to track a digital footprint of the SMS or from where the OTP is generated. We are going to create a separate video on OTP headers. So let's say if you are getting a OTP from AB space some number, some random number, so how to track that, we are going to create a separate video. I would suggest you to check both videos of IMEI number and OTP to understand how it works and get more information in your investigation. Now the most important question, how you can get the CDR report or CDR report or call data records. The first one is obviously law enforcement in India, the cyber cell and the court can give you permission, and legally speaking section 91 of CRPC, you have a notice which can be issued and you can get the CDR report. Any private person or anyone claiming to get the CDR report who does not work for the law enforcement is doing some illegal activity to either get it or is scamming you. And telecoms do not store this data for more than 12 months. The standard retention policy is from 6 months to 1 year. Usually big companies store it for 12 months, whereas companies like BSNL, they have a 6-month policy, and this policy keeps on changing depending on the law and the telecom provider, but usually it is between 6 months to 1 year. So if your investigation requires you to get a CDR, please do it within the time frame so you have the file. Now in the practical CDR analysis video, we are going to learn how to manually forensic the CDR report or analyze the CDR report. So first thing is to filter out or isolate the primary suspect and the most called, then how frequent the calls were done, and the chronology of date and time depending on the investigation time. We are also going to take a look at the C-DAC, that is Government of India C-DAC advik CDR analyzer and how to use it, and we are going to learn how you can do it practically. But for now we learned how to request, what is the file and how it works. This was the theory video of CDR analysis, and we are going to take a look at in detail about what is IMEI number, what is SIM number, how to investigate SMS numbers and other details. So stay tuned, I'll be uploading practical video on the same. Again, it's me Priyank, thanks for watching.